when I first played Resident Evil 4, I was 18. And I'm playing it now, and I'm almost 35, and I'm still playing the same exact games I played when they just keep re-releasing them. I mean, and too, like, Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear, Resident Evil, those are probably some of my favorite games of all time. I'm waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Me too.
I can't wait for it.
To tell you the truth, that's probably my most anticipated game, because I think if you were just to ask me, like, what's my favorite modern game, like, I'm not going to say, like, Zelda Breath of the Wild, even though it's up there, Super Mario 3D World, because those are like older, they're newer entries, but they're still like older franchises. Mm-hmm. But as far as like modern games, Grand Theft Auto 5 I just thought was amazing.
God, yeah.
And I don't even play it for the story. I mean, I have played it a bit with the story, but I'm mostly into just fucking around.
Yeah.
I think what I like the best about games is the realism and the freedom.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're really there, and you feel like you can do anything. So is there any other games like that are out now that you'd suggest?
You should play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, you know what? I did.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Well, I got through. So I understand that it's like a huge game, and it's kind of like it's not something like, because me, it's like, all right, I got 30 minutes here to play at night before I go to bed or something. And so I got through the snow part in the beginning, which I thought sucked.
Me too.
And then as soon as the game started up, I'm like, okay, so now I'm out. I'm in the Old West and everything. And then I realized, I was like, you know what? This time period does not appeal to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm going to put a lot of time in this, because in Grand Theft Auto, you can drive a car.
You
can get a bazooka or something. But here in the Old West, it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Ride a horse? Like, this is fucking boring.
So that's what pissed me off is it's like, okay, I got to go to town. Oh, it takes a literal like 15 minutes to get anywhere.
Well,
I know that it's a type of game that is all about this time. You have to like invest
the experience.
And I believe you. I believe everybody who tells me like, oh, it's the story is like amazing. I like, I've heard like you like age in it and stuff, and there's like, but that's not for me. That's not what I need. I need something quicker. That's like a 30-minute per night type of game. And like,
if you got into the combat of it, I would say Spider-Man. The PS4 Spider-Man was fucking incredible.
Is that the one where you're in New York City?
Yeah.
They mapped the
I did a video with Mike on that, I think.
I got so heavy. So at the same time, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man came out around the same time, like within a month or so of each other. And I tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I thought it was incredible. I was blown away by the scope of it. But I only had, I was on top of like working and then having to drive home. I was living in Philadelphia, so it was almost an hour commute. And sometimes it was over an hour commute depending on traffic. So I would get home and I would only have like maybe a couple hours a night that I could sit and play the game before I have to go to bed or do anything else. So when I would play it, I felt like I was just riding a horse everywhere. I wasn't actually doing anything. And then the mission would happen and I would the shooting was fun, but it was like 10 minutes. And then it's like, okay, time to go back to camp. And then you go back to camp and you're just sitting there holding one button, listening to them talk for 15 minutes. And I was like, I can't do this. And then I played Spider-Man, and I could sit and I would just sometimes sit and swing. I wouldn't do anything. I would stop the little crimes going on, fight a bunch of bad guys, and I wouldn't even progress the story.
I haven't played it yet because I want to play it on PS5.
Oh my god!
Or when they put it out on PC eventually.
No, Spider-Man was and I loved Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5 was one of my favorite games of all time. I loved Grand Theft Auto 5, and I don't know if you played the online, but the online was hilarious in the very beginning.
Oh yeah,
that game was so glitchy in the very beginning. I remember basically when it was on the 360 and the PlayStation 3, the online was more of a beta test than anything. It wasn't solid.
To begin with, how does it work online? Are you like you and another player?
Oh, it's you and like 16 people are just in the city
and
doing
you're all
whatever.
Just running around doing whatever.
You could do whatever. You could do missions, things like I was an asshole.
There's like heists and stuff now you can do together.
Pretty much what I did was...
so you can work together.
Yeah. What happened with me was me and, at the time I was my girlfriend's nephew, we would play online, and we would just run around and like we would just fuck with people. We would steal people's cars because there's a way that you can make it so that people can't steal your personal car, but a lot of new players don't know you can do that. So we would get them, rip them out of their car, steal their car, joyride it around and stuff, and they'd be like in the mic like, God damn it, like give me my car back and stuff. It was really funny, and we went into this room one day and people were hacking this game to shit. Like crazy stuff. And this guy came into the room and he's like, Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's $59 million. And he put $59 million in our games. So we were like, holy shit. So we immediately went in. I bought an apartment with like the most expensive apartment you can get in the game. I bought a fleet of sports cars and motorcycles. I bought the planes. Everything you could get access to, I bought. And then what happened was Rockstar found out this was going on and they wiped everybody's money to zero. But the thing is, everything you bought in game was still there. They couldn't take that away. They just couldn't wipe your money to zero. So then what I did was I was like, oh, well, you can sell the cars in game. So I sold my fleet of cars and just kept one or two really good ones. And I still came out with like $19 million in the game. So by that point, then all you have to do is level up a bit. You can buy every gun you want. My guy was dressed in short shorts with a giant cat face on his shirt. Like I looked like a psycho. It was amazing. It was just, and there was no real point to playing it. It was just this Wild West Grand Theft Auto Online. That's what it is. The way you fuck around in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
it's just that with real people. So they're swearing at you online. It was great.
Maybe I'll try that sometime. I have it on the PS4. Does that have the online?
Yeah, it does.
I haven't really looked. So when I play, like, it would probably be the most boring thing if you ever watched me play it. Like, I don't play it very much, but every once in a while I'll try to, like, if I have like 30 minutes to an hour or something, I'm like, oh, this is a good thing to just de-stress to. It usually consists of one or two things. Either I'm like going through the cell phone codes where you can like spawn all kinds of vehicles, and I'll just blow shit up and make complete chaos. Or I'll be like diving off, like try to find like a jump that you could do in the car and just like launch myself.